I'm going to label this as an asteroid of the day video. Although, y'all know it's me, this ain't going to be no normal asteroid of the day. I've been surfing these astrological waves lately. Like, what the fuck? I just got a 12th house isolation punishment time. And I think it's just the time that you're forced to like sit in the corner and think about what you did. Is where my son is, which is my character in this game. In this life, I definitely now, since I know what I did, I realize, damn, I really have been sat in the corner. Which brings me to what I have to say to you guys. This is grab your popcorn. I think this video is gonna be at least 20 minutes long. So as soon as the sun entered my 12th house in Cancer, it starts in Cancer and it's like split part of it's Leo, right? So that means that when you have two different energies going through one house, you're going to feel both of those energies. Like you're making up karma for more than one life. And karma is not just what you did bad, it's anything you regret, anything you couldn't get over, anything left over still on the board. So 12 degrees Cancer is where my 12th house starts. I was telling y'all family stories. I was getting ready. I was about to spill tea because I knew some good shit was coming in. Because I know part of my family is like underworld shit, and then part of it's celestial, all like kingdom of light stuff. So I just knew I was about to get some tea. Because remember how I keep telling you guys we are radio receivers, right? When these different transits come through, and I'll make sure I show you guys how to look at transits and stuff at the end of this. You receive different messages, different things through the waves, messages just passing between. And that's what I realized earlier in my awakening after I came back from California. There are people who have the ability to send messages to each other and they can pick them up. Like they've had these skills for a far enough time, or they purposely cultivated these skills to be able to do these things. So I was getting tea on the stuff I was sharing with y'all, and I didn't realize this because I was like picking up on like family business, which is what happened when this son went into the 12th house. So I thought I was going to be like reporting something at first. Nah, so let me run this back so I can tell y'all a full story that makes sense. When I first got into this, like when I started my journey as a reader, I realized my sessions, my personal sessions aren't like everybody else. What I was looking for, the information, the things that I was feeling I needed to know weren't going to come through just any other like random person. Like I don't need to know that my skill is writing or anything like that. I needed to know about this underworld family stuff because I didn't know, but something was like, man, something ain't right. It's just I was looking for the bad guys, but I had like this little feeling like something's off, baby. Like, okay. So I was looking for a reader and I found her. She was Jamaican. She was out there in the island, had never left the island. And that's the type of decontamination I needed in a reader, somebody who wasn't aware of any of this stuff. I thought I was looking for a blind reader. I think I'm still looking for a blind reader. But this one, she was like, she knew stuff. It was amazing. She was like triple Scorpio or something. And that's what I needed for, of course, my Scorpio in fourth house. So the first thing she says when she taps in, because she's not using no cards or anything, she just needed my name. I was like, this is some great shit. So Shorty said, your family's looking for you. Not the family that you grew up with. She was like, it's your soul family. They want you to come back to the fold. And I've explained this to you guys before too, right? But I'm like, what's that mean? I don't want to. She was like, well, they're giving you some options, baby. You can come out of hiding and you can join them, right? And you just reign amongst these people, but you have to participate in whatever they have going on. You can attempt to continue hiding. Or in the event that you I guess try to join and leave, maybe that as a third alternative option. No, they'll just keep you to drain you because what you have is what they're seeking. And I'm like, do they know what I look like? Do they know where I am, bitch? And she's like, no, it's not about any of that. It's your energy signature, and you're not going to be able to hold it down long. And to keep in mind, this is at the time where I have like 3,000 followers. I had no idea 60,000 and counting was coming. I've gained like 7,000 in the last 60 days. It keeps going, which is what she was saying. She was like, my frequency is going to grow. I'm going to attract people, and this will eventually attract the family back to me. So she gave me my options. She's like, you either hide your gifts for your own safety, or you join these people. Or if these people know about your gifts and you try to put yourself out there anyway, you already know what they want. And I think we all sort of know who these people are. Okay, so I'm trying to mind my business at the beginning of this transit. Because the first thing I hear is like, no, these people about to get fucked up. So let me just say that there. I do not make it a point on a regular basis to deliver bad messages. I told y'all once, there's a war coming. Absolutely. I have no doubt. Every day I sit here and do these readings and answer questions and tell people things that I don't know. Aisha does not know these things, but they come through me. So after COVID started, as Aisha was sitting in her nice little lake house, she was picking up radio waves. And all them waves said, they about to put these people up. So when this cancer thing began, this was the beacon. Like if Earth is a school, the beacon I heard was from the Principal Saturn. Uh, Game time was the message. I had forgotten, clearly, was the message that Orion is the group of people that we are fighting. They're Aryans here, but the 13th family. And I'm like, Orion, okay, all right, hold on. Orion is the hunter. Ding, ding, ding. The movie The Hunt kept popping up. Ready or Not popped up. Those damn Yankees. Oh, what is that? Little Shop of Horrors. And I'm like, what do all of these things have in common? Because if we were to character profile our main antagonist here, the Demiurge, we are dealing with a Riddler. Jigsaw is very accurate. So I was trying to pretend like I ain't noticed none of this shit, right? But it don't make no difference. Like if you next to a T-Rex and you acting like you don't see a T-Rex as a T-Rex not gonna eat your ass. So I'm over here trying to pretend I don't see this stuff, and then dude's like, you can ignore it all you want to, but it is what it is. So bottom line, guys, when that North Node went into Aries, game on. Uh, this is a battle for souls. This is a battle for faith. Faith is what is about to be attacked. How do you attack faith? You make the world such a dark, dense place that everybody questions their belief system. Like, how can God allow this to happen if he exists? And that's where the enemy wants you. So the enemy's gonna do one or two things from my experience. He's either gonna give you exactly what you want, so you hang yourself with it, or if you won't accept what he's giving you to hang yourself with it, he's going to wear you down on your mission so you're so exhausted and tired that you don't even get to it. That's two main strategies. I'm putting y'all on the game here. And this is what all his minions are going to do too. Like when you start working towards getting a new car, saving money for something, then suddenly like your engine goes out. That's that dude. If you're not willing to go like scam somebody to get the money in order to fix it, like it's all a test of what you're willing to do. Who are you, right? So the war for faith, for souls is: are you gonna go with faith beyond what you can see, or are you gonna go with what you can see right here, right now on Earth? I also got that God comes through the people here. When you wonder where is God, is God dead? Like, why was this happening? Just keep this in the back of your mind. Source has to stay at the top, maintaining all of balance, right? Down here is free play zone. We came to become individuals, and you have to carry God with you, like in your heart during this, in order to bring light. So when you pray to God, God finds the person that is the nearest vibrational match to match that prayer. You ever have somebody like a stranger that comes out of nowhere and you're like, dang, you did more for me than family? That's because that was God moving through that person. What's the issue here is that a lot of people don't realize how hurt they have been and how closed their hearts are. So God's not moving through everybody. When your heart's closed, you only got space for baby boy Saturn to come through, like for real, because you have become a piece of the hive, and the hive is just here to test you. You ever have that one person on your friends group that no matter what you do, no matter what you post, you can post a million good things. That person won't say nothing, but as soon as you say something that's controversial, they has to be right there. Or they only have something negative to say all the time. That's somebody who has become a conduit for that weight, that test in their heart. And everybody who is a conduit for that just got activated. Did y'all see what has happened during this last 10 days just in August alone? And this counts for the animals, the people, the weather, everything on this planet right now. I don't want to say fight or flight, but it's being used for something much bigger. So when I say their plans right now, the underworld, those that need the energy of human suffering, known as loose energy, are really excited because for a short window, just because of the way that the scales of balance and stuff go, they get to rule for a little bit. I guess you call it the reaping, they call it the harvest, but it's bringing everything to a peak. Like how, like I guess Sodom and Gomorrah, like how dark can it get? So we can make sure that anybody who is not actually filled with the spark gets culled. They can't allow that into heaven. So everybody gets tested to peak. Like you, what are you made of? This is that time. So with all that being said, that was the beginning message I got. So all of this in my mind, I'm remembering the attack that I went through. I got spiritually dragged. But it was because these family members were doing some sort of working on me to get me to come out of hiding. I wasn't the only one who went through this. After I shared my story, there were several people who popped up. There are small covens, groups. Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom. Couldn't escape it. It kept popping up on my TV. You know, when you don't have on demand and stuff, like whatever pops up. But I'm like, oh my goodness, that's exactly what it is. These people get together in their small groups and they do their sacrifices and they do the bidding of whatever the being they're worshiping is telling them. And in my case, y'all, I already told y'all what being I have on my ass. We keep discussing this. So with that being said, I now know that like, no, I was not tripping. Like that really happened. I knew I wasn't tripping in the first place, but I just needed to ground it in reality. So since then, since my senses got pushed to the brink because I literally had to be aware of a dimension over top of me. You know how some people see ghosts and stuff? What happened during that attack was I was able to see the astral forms of everything that had got sent to me. Like it was like shooters. Look up gang stalking. Had never heard of the term, didn't even know, and you just find a whole bunch of Christian stuff on it, which is like, okay, that's cool. But they put like lingo on it that messes me up when I'm trying to learn stuff. But gang stalking, it's like I had a hit on my soul. It was really messed up. So after that, for months, I was just messed up. I didn't know that you had to do certain cleansings afterwards because I was still confused. But during this time, I noticed on my friends page, I had to think about it, like my friends list, there was like a guy that was in the music industry. Now, when I first moved to Georgia, I befriended a lot of people that were in entertainment because I knew we were getting into entertainment. We wanted a production company and to do music videos, and we were doing all that stuff, right? But it went away once I realized weddings paid way more, and I got kids, got things to do. So, mental note, that little music thing. So I'm starting to get the beam because once again, these people put a spell on me that I'm supposed to be doing the thing to get out of hiding, which I know now is music. It's my voice. It has something to do with my voice. So I saved this video that came by me on YouTube, recommended for industry plans. Save the video, go out to lunch, and while I'm at lunch, I'm talking to my bestie like, hey, there's this guy on my friends list. I'm really getting the feeling we're supposed to be doing music, and I see he's going to the like MTV Awards or some shit this week. So I guess maybe I'll say something to him. I come back from lunch, right? There's a message from this dude. I had never spoke to him, but he had been on my friends list for years. Never spoke to him. He wrote and he was like, I look forward to seeing you here next year. But so I was like, what is it that you do, sir? I get industry plants ready for record labels. Just let me know when you have your budget together. And then he says, and make sure you're not too polished. I like what you do when you watch tutorials. So during this last week, all of that stuff came back. Because I had put it out of my mind, even that industry plan thing, because it got too fucking weird. Like, I know what happened to me, but there's nothing in front of me right now. I'm not even working on music at this moment. All my music was already written. Like, it came out in like an amazing spurt of like, get this out. Like, I was overwhelmed. And the messages are beautiful. It's great stuff. I haven't even like, but I knew music was coming next. And I didn't know what the block was, which was what was the next tier to this 12th house transit. It was like, so what do you want to do with your life? If you had no fear, if there was no concern, if there was no budget, what would you do? So, getting manifesting mode, like I would do A, B, C, and D, blah, 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 blah. And of course, life's not just going to leave it there. So after that, it's like, so why do you have these fears? Which leads to this wonderful show called What If. It was on Netflix. They had one season, and I was like, do I want to watch a show with one season and hurt my own self? But the cover, the thumbnail got my attention, and I was so excited to watch something that had nothing to do with all this shit. Like, Lord, I'm tired. Every day I turn around. I told my bestie last week, I was like, I don't even want to do this no more. After I heard all this stuff, I don't even want to do this. I just want to go back to the life I had before. Give me, what is it, the red pill? Give me whatever the opposite pill is. And he was like, you know what? You could do that. And you can go back to regular life. But every Sunday, when you scroll down your timeline, you will see somebody on your page talking about Satan and Jesus. So there's nowhere to go back to, baby. It's still there. And I was like, damn, that is true. I ain't want the inside scoop though, but let me not complain because now I'm able to tell you wonderful people about this show called What If that I was just watching. So there's this lady. She ain't got no backstory or nothing, but she's like this big author. She's rich. She holds these parties where these people come, these investors, and they network, and it's a really exclusive whatever. It turns out that she used to be this poor, abused woman. She didn't have money or anything. And this guy came and found her, and he's like, hey, I like this little thing that you got going on here. So what's going to happen is I'm going to give you a lot of money, and you're going to just sprout up out of nowhere. And in exchange for this, I need you to funnel whatever I need through your business, and also to hold these parties for my people to meet. I'm watching this show. This is some good shit because that ain't even the main plot of the show. I get a message because I get recommended videos that pop up on YouTube, and I know they're from me because I just know. I just need to accept that I just know stuff. And especially when it's not a reader I'm familiar with. I'm like, oh, here we go again. I feel like that nigga from Grand Theft Auto. But this reader was like, so there's a group of people that would like you to know that you're not alone, that they have gifts like you, and they've been sending you messages. They would like to invest in you. But these are not good people. In exchange for what they would like to offer you, you would need to be okay with funneling money for trafficking, drugs, and weapons. It's 4:44 on the clock too. No, we don't know where you are, but we can sense you and we can send messages to you because we're family. I'm like, fuck this. Because I'm watching this show not thinking it had anything to do with that. That messed me up so bad because she was very specific. She was like, the reader, a South African reader, by the way, somebody very isolated. It's like they receive the messages better. But she was like, if you join these people and you try to leave, just like the fucking reader said, they will take you somewhere where you are exotic because you have a gift and you will sell more. First of all, there is no amount of money in this world that, in my opinion, or just I can't sleep at the idea of like being a millionaire and not helping people eat. But to know that I was a millionaire because somebody got sold or kidnapped us, why does that even? But that's Saturn stuff. Give you what you want to hang yourself or wear you out while you try to do it on your own. Because I've been trying to do the music thing for 3 years and I did get worn out because the people that I was told to originally go to, the people close to me, their hearts weren't where they couldn't see me. Then God, because I can tell the difference now between bad dad and good dad, which is wonderful. You need that in this game. Uh, Sent me to some men of faith, people that like most people wouldn't even know how strong their connection with God is. I had to take like to go watch them. I was like planting seeds. Now those people didn't pop up yet. That's on God. I believe that I did my part. So all of this has become very biblical. But so I really had to step away from everything for a couple days with that going on. Because first off, I didn't want to put my gifts on the radar. No, they can't tell where you are, but you're sending thoughts, and I didn't want to interact with that because I'm just really starting to take it seriously. Not in terms of everything I teach you guys, because I know, like, I feel that's legit. Like, all of this stuff is happening to me. But the fact that anything that I am meant to do in this world is substantial enough that people will be sending me shots ahead of time, or that this is even possible, that people can do this. So, in the first place, is insane. When we first opened up our music page, the third person to follow was one of them, like, people. It was just a picture like this. And I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. But it was. So I took a complete day off and I watched TV with my daughter. I didn't have my phone or anything, and I haven't done this in like years. And what comes on our TV? We're excited. The beginning of a Twilight marathon. I was like, come through, God. I love Twilight. I watched all of them. Eclipse, New Moon. My favorite is Breaking Dawn, number 1 and 2. I really like how he crushes her chest and then she rises back up. It just feels so poetic to me. But you can't escape it when a message is coming to you. And I'm telling y'all all this because y'all need to know, because this is the same way messages come through to everybody. That's the trick of the game. It's right there, but you can choose to ignore it with that T-Rex if you want to. That's not going to exclude you from the fact that when you leave this life, that T-Rex is going to be the lawyer that tries to say, hey, this person should not be allowed to go because A, B, C, and D. Okay, so watching Twilight, the fucking Volturi. I'm like, so those is the people that send out the beams? But that makes sense that those type of people would be strong enough to hear when there's a big power, somebody awakening on the grid, right? And just send you a shot like, hey, yo, bitch, I see you. What's that you working with? It's a good thing I got a good sense of humor because I've had some people come to me terrified. I mean, at first I was sort of messed up, but I'm like the Joker now, baby. I've been pushed. And I think that's what was supposed to happen. Like you're supposed to be able to be platonic through any situation. I feel very Deadpool about it all. But there are absolutely people in these covens that I was talking about that have been recycling themselves long enough. They soul jump from body to body that they are able to pick up on other people who have gifts and try to call them in to try to do magic on them to put them in situations. And they're vampires, but like not the vampires, but they are people who hunt other people so that they can donate souls to the being that is helping them stay famous. I want no parts of this. But you don't have to be a part of any of that. No cult. You ain't got to be affiliated with any of that stuff. This is just tea for y'all to keep in mind as y'all watch Doja Cat do whatever it is that she's doing out here in the streets. But because Orion, the hunters, are the ones on this planet, the Martians, it applies to all of us, which leads to asteroid prey. I wish I could have found an asteroid hunter, but I wasn't that fortunate. So let me share my screen. And put me up here because I feel cute today. It's me. So when you go on astro.com, this is your opening page. Click My Astro. Stored data. It'd probably help if you like made a account and all that stuff, but I have an account. You see all these charts, all these people's lives, just all up in here. So I'm gonna click a random person. What you do is you click extended chart selection. And this looks the same on your phone too. Once you get under extended chart selection, you are going to scroll down, manual entry, and whatever asteroid you need to put in will be right there. So I had my chart pulled up. I felt very cooking show about this, metaphysical Martha Stewart. And so I was going to show you guys the ingredients for a chart. I wanted one cake already done and then one to teach you guys with. So 6157 is asteroid prey. That is your marker. Like your point value, your worth in this game of hunting, because some souls over than others. When I was showed that a lot of the celebrities, the popular people that we lose mysteriously are chosen by their value. I said value, it was value worth, value. I was kind of messed up. I was like, if these people are angels, because they sacrifice angels, you'll notice that there was a specific grouping of people that died around age 50 through mysterious causes, all the same range. Think about it on your own. But it turns out for Saturn, the biggest, best, highest valued sacrifice is giving him one of God's kids. Savage. Savage. So that Michael Jackson thing, that's one of them people I was talking about. High value. I didn't see where it was prey on his. Hold on. Oh Lord, where did I just get dragged? I think I just called him MJ. Like after I talk to somebody's ghost, it's really put his ass in here. All my nicknames. There's no way I just called this dude Michael. No, I don't know who that is. Horrible example. I'll fill y'all in on that one later. But asteroid prey, where you're marked, which leads to the full circle moment in this. I explained to y'all recently that I put my hand up like y'all can see my finger. You can see the mouse though. Wow. Why I had to deal with Aleister Crowley. Because this 21 degree, the father degree, is in my Cancer, my house, my family. You see my Saturn? 21 degrees. When you have degrees that are in multiple places on your chart, all of those degrees feed into one energy. Look at my asteroid prey. In my first house, at what degree? The 21st degree. So energetically, I've been marked. Now keep in mind, this is outside of anything I've told you about these stories, about what happened to me or anything. This is astrology, somewhere where I cannot plant this stuff. And the only reason I know is because I'm hearing the message that I need to like look up certain asteroids and stuff. That's how I get y'all this information. So you see the 21st degree, the father degree, my prey is at 21 and Baal is at 21. This means the person that has the contract on me, who would like to get me, is that dude. So who sent the followers to do the ritual to flush me out of hiding, to put me in a difficult position so that I'd accept whatever contract came my way? But then look at asteroid Amor. Amor is your unconditional love, like the place in your life. It's one of my gifts. I give it to everybody. Am I willing to die for my beliefs about everybody deserving love? Was the question that he asked me at the end, or that was presented to me via chart. Are you willing to die for these people? Are you willing to die for telling them the truth? And this has been my chart for every life that I have come here. If you look at the draconic, it's the same setup. So when I tell you guys, hey, I got killed a couple of times because I said A, B, C, and D, it's because Chiron in 11th, and the 13th degree is self. So whenever I say something out in public, I get personally attacked. Because pray for any time I share my belief systems. Because what am I going to tell y'all? I'm gonna tell you, it's a trick. If you trust in God, you don't have to worry about none of this, which is crazy because God has like an energy of, but did you reincarnate? Like death is not a thing to him. Like it's like valiant, like you die for a cause, like the good die young, forever young, whatever, like that sort of energy. Like death is not the end. If you did your mission, if you stood valiantly, God is like, big ups, welcome home. As opposed to as a human, you're like, no, for my life, I wanted to go fishing. I didn't have a yacht. That's not how it is for the all-knowing, right? Close this with, as the sun got towards the end of my 12th house, and I had time to ingest all this and said, whatever. I saw a message go past me, and it was like, God wants you to remember, He did not build you with the spirit of fear. You were not born with the spirit of fear. And I was like, that is right. That's the reason we all started exploring anyway, because you weren't scared of anything. You do whatever you want to. Fear only came from this dude, and fear comes from all the other things that you went through. 12th and 8th house, by the way, that stop you, the blockages. So this whole 12th house experience and this sun and everything coming to light, just being really weird, all the stuff that I had tried to ignore because I'm just trying to do my job and act like I ain't got nothing to do with none of this, like I'm spilling tea from the side. No, we are in war. Now, my personal reader that I have now is not the Jamaican lady anymore. Once she saw what I was working with, it got very vampirish. So that was over. But my new reader, I didn't tell her none of this. When she delivered the reading right after my birthday, she said all of this. She said, ma'am, you can't do meet and greets like you wanted to. I'm sorry, I know you did, but it's wartime and you're under attack. There are specific people who aren't aware that they're being used by entities with the goal of attacking you if you come out. So you got to do this a different way. And when she said that, say less. I'm not going to argue. I got the message. So I'm passing that on to all of you guys. It's go time. It's go time for the next 18 months. And the thing that is being tested is your faith. So as you see these crimes, these horrible events, these disasters, and you wonder where God is, it's through the people. And some of these people aren't carrying God with them. So do your part to make sure that the piece of you that has that Christ spark. You see that over here? Asteroid 3241, where Jesus energy lives in you, where that Christ spark, where that thing they want from you, because no matter what they do, as you can see, as they tried when they were the Nazis, the thing they were trying to take, the milkshake that brings all the boys to the yard, is a soul, is a light, is a happiness, is that thing that they can't take, no matter how much they kick you when you're down or how many lives they bring you back to do it over and over again because they want your light. So feed it, get in touch with your inner child. That's what Leo season is about. More on this later, guys.